You're going to rap for me now as well.
Yo.
Rachel Rose here talking all things boxing, and I'm with Richard RIAKPORHE after he just did a pretty sensational stoppage. Do you know what I always feel about these fights? Is
What's
that
that?
you've just had like this insane camp and you've worked so hard, and then in that 2 rounds, boom, you're like, barely broke a sweat. You just got the job done. Because on the one hand, you barely broke a sweat, got the job done. But on the other hand, it's like, yeah, but that's what I just trained the whole time for. How do you
Yeah.
like? How does it feel when you finish the fight that early and you come away and you're like, oh, it's done?
You know what? Sometimes it depends because, okay, back in the days when I was starting off my career at cruiserweight, I was knocking out a lot of guys early in the rounds, 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, and then we started to match ourselves against potential fights, guys that have titles and stuff, and we realized all of them had so many rounds of experience, and I didn't have any. So then it got to a point where my coach was like, "Don't knock them out too early,
Yeah.
but if you see an opportunity, knock them out."
Yeah.
But like it'll be good to get some rounds.
Yeah.
So a lot of fights I would come out and just coast just to kind of get the round under my belt and stuff. I feel like, people want to see that intensity, that intent, and people want to see you go for the knockout. Be vicious, be angry. So, well, not angry, but just show intent.
Aggressive. Yeah.
Aggressive. So I think it's I've got to the point where I've had a decent amount of experience. I know what the game is about, and I've done 12 rounds a few times. I've done 10 rounds, won titles and stuff like that. So now I think it's about entertainment for me. If I can get them out in the first 10 seconds, I will.
Mm-hmm.
I will.